right. Hey guys, welcome back to another DOY Live. My name is Jeanette, aka Sarayah. And before I get started, I always like to give glory, honor, and praise to the Most High Yah. All right, you guys, welcome if this is your first time checking out my channel, and welcome back all my supporters. I appreciate you guys so very much for being here with Wah. All right, guys, so you know what time it is. It is Let's Talk About It on Friday. All right. So as you can tell from the title, we are talking about how to make good decisions. Okay. It is so important, all right, to make good decisions. What decisions you make in your early teens will affect you in your young adults. What decisions you make in your early adult will determine as you get older. So whatever decisions that we make in life really impact our lives, right? So today we're going to talk about how to make good decisions, because God knows I have made some very poor, bad decisions. But as I got older, I'm learning how to make better decisions. And these are some keys that you can apply to make better decisions. First of all, let's talk about, because I wrote notes, guys. So let's talk about what not to do when making a decision. I'm talking about impactful decisions, because we make choices every day, what I'm going to eat, where I'm going to go. But I'm talking about those really impactful type of decisions. Okay. So there is a difference. So with that being said, first of all, what you don't want to do is make a decision in haste. Never make a decision in haste. Now, it's some choices that we have to make, and we got to be rapid about it. It's right then and there that we need to make that decision. However, if you in a position where you get to think about that decision, apply that. Never make decisions in haste. Because when I make decisions in haste, I always regret it. I always regret. What was the hurry? What was the rush of me making that decision? That's number one. Number two, never allow your emotions to aid you in making your decision. When you are in a very emotional person and you making that decision based on how you feeling at that moment, you could be feeling that way right then and there, but later on you be like, man, I hate, I allow my emotions to dictate me making this decision. Okay. So never do anything in haste, and never allow your emotions to help you make that decision. Firstly, we should always pray about what decision we get to make. Now, remember I said there's our decisions that we make are just, what we're going to eat for dinner, what we're going to see at the movies. Those have no impact. But decision like, should I buy a car right now? Let me think about that. Let me pray about that. Let me pen that. Should I buy a house right now? These are decisions that can be very impactful. Should I be in a relationship right now? Should I forgive this person right now? So when we're making a decisions, we need to think about those things. What would be the benefit? What would be the pros and what would be the con? It's like, even if you're going for a new job, should I be trying to get a new job right now? These are things that's very impactful in your life, right? These are things that can make your life better or worse. That's why when you're making those type of decisions, you need to think about it. Now, in reality, even when we pen things, even when we think about it, even when we, do the necessary steps to make that choice, sometimes it's still a bad decision. The difference Here's the difference from making a good decision and making a bad decision. If I made a good decision to take this job, for example, I made a decision, I thought about it, I prayed about it, I penned it, I wrote down the pros and cons, the benefit of me taking this job. So, with all that being said, I went on and I took the job. I said yes. I got into the job and realized that this one is not for me. This job is not for me. It's not a good fit for me. So the difference is if I would have did it the other way in haste with my emotions, if I make a decision and I thought about it and I did the necessary steps before I said yes or no, right? I don't have to beat myself up because, it just wasn't a fit for me. At least I didn't make a bad decision or a haste decision. And then now I'm beating myself up. Something told me I shouldn't go for that job. Something told me I shouldn't did that or this. So making a good decision, even if it ends up being the wrong decision, you find yourself not beating yourself up. It wasn't a good fit for me. If I purchase a home, you know what I mean? Did I make sure that my finances was together? Am I able to, stay in this house long term? Just thinking about all those pros and cons. Am I thinking about the economy? Let me see how well my job is going. Let me see how well my finances is saved up. So anytime that you making the decision, first of all, what not to do is ever do it in haste or being too overly emotional, because we are emotional creatures. But sometimes you got to park those emotions and say, I need to make a good decision. I need to make a sound decision. Then once I know this, I'm not applying the haste and emotions. I'm thinking about what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to pray about it. Number one, I'm going to pend it, meaning I'm going to think about it for a while before I make this decision. I'm going to think about the pros and cons of me making this decision before I make the decision. And then I can make a better sound decision. So think about that. What are some things that you all do to make decisions? Because I find that even as we get older, you still could be making some bad choices. We just, going off feelings and emotions. Everything is just rush, rush, rush. Everybody is in a hurry and nobody is sitting back and say, let me think about this for a second. Let me let this marinate for a second. Do I need this car or do I just want this car? Let me think about that. Is my car still functionable and all this? Can I afford a car note? Can I afford higher insurance? Can I afford the maintenance on this car? If I take this job, is it, in the mile radius that I would like it to be? What are they inquiring of me? What do they expect of me? If I get in this relationship right now, would this be a plus for me? Do I really know this person? Do I need to spend a little bit more time before we come together as a union? These are things that we need to think about before making those haste decisions, because I have paid some prices for making haste decisions, emotional decisions, fast, and then as you get older, you're like, I should have thought about that a little bit more. I should have walked away and thought about that. I should have closed everyone else's voices in my head out of my realms and thought about the decisions that I'm making so that I can make better decisions. So make better decisions so that you can, as we elevate, as we get older, we can say, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that. You get tired of living in life saying, man, I hate I did that. I regret I did that. I'm sad I did that. You want to say, man, I'm glad I did that. That was a good decision I made. That was a good choice I made. This is what we need to do to grow as individuals. So let me know what you think about it in the comments below. How do you make your decision? What are they based upon? And if this was helpful to you, please make sure you thumbs up the video, please. If you're not part of the channel, please make sure you subscribe, hit your bell settings to all, and please drop me a comment down below. All right, guys, I just wanted to stop in to share those food for thoughts. Okay, that was a food for thought. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another Let's Talk About It on Friday. Okay, and if you have any suggestions, please make sure you're leaving them down in the comments below. Until next video, always remember, y'all, Psalm 68:4 in your King James Version. Always keep your life and your health in check. And I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye, guys.